And now some fresh pickings from the political grapevine. Italy is accusing France of circulating fake documents showing Iraq tried to buy uranium from Niger in a deliberate attempt to embarrass the U.S. and Britain. Italian officials, quoted in London's Sunday Telegraph, say French intelligence services used an Italian-born middleman known as Giacomo to distribute a combination of genuine and bogus documents and ultimately, quote, make the Allies look ridiculous and undermine their case for war. What's more, the Sunday Telegraph was told France was driven by a desire to protect its trading relationship with Saddam Hussein. French officials strongly denied the allegations. And the British later said they had other intelligence information about Saddam's efforts to buy uranium that they still believe is genuine. In politics, as in show business, they always say, don't let them see you sweat. Well, Dockers has now sent its new Perspiration Guard shirts to both President Bush and John Kerry and their staffs, promising to, quote, drastically minimize sweat show-through now that the heat is on for the presidential candidates. This after nearly half of Americans surveyed said they would have a negative perception of politicians who show sweat stains on their clothes. All of them do, but no one is likely to come up with anything to stop the full sweat-through. That happens from time to time on the campaign trail, of course, as it did last Friday for President Bush in Wisconsin. In their coverage of the Chechen separatists who took over a school in Russia and blew it up, killing hundreds last week, major newspapers have avoided calling the perpetrators terrorists, except when quoting President Bush on the matter, instead calling them guerrillas, or, as we called them before, separatists. Well, National Lampoon took note of the reluctance and wrote as a result, quote, Merriam-Webster has announced that they will be pulling the word terrorist from the 2005 edition of their dictionaries because, Merriam-Webster concluded, and the Lampoon continued, that if newspapers weren't using the word for an act that killed hundreds of school children, there was, quote, no way the word would ever be used. Doctors say President Clinton may get out of the hospital by the end of the week, which, as comedian Rodney Dangerfield noted when he recently checked in for heart surgery, is good news. Just before Dangerfield went in, he said, quote, if things go right, I'll be there about a week. If things don't go right, I'll be there about an hour and a half.